Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am George Evans, Campus Director for the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's Worldwide Campus at Fort Carson, Colorado Springs. It is my privilege to welcome you in the Microsoft Software and Systems Academy Recognition Ceremony for Cohort 8. It is also a great pleasure to welcome the families and friends who are joining us from different parts of the country to celebrate this special day. I would now like to ask that you show your respect during the playing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor to introduce Major General Chris Cortez, who is joining us today by video messaging. Major General Cortez is the Vice President of Military Affairs at Microsoft, where he leads the company's engagement with veterans and military families as part of their focus on inspiring and developing former service members for the roles in IT industry. Major General Cortez served for more than 33 years in the U.S. Marine Corps. When he retired in 2004, he had been leading the Marine Corps Recruiting Command in Quantico, Virginia, and was responsible for recruiting more than 75,000 men and women. Before that, he was Director of Operations for the U.S. Pacific Command, where he oversaw the operations of more than 300,000 military personnel, and he previously commanded Marines at the platoon, company, battalion, and regimental levels, including during Operation Desert Storm. Major General Cortez not only advocates for education, he also mentors others. It's something he did in the Marine Corps, and he continues to do at Microsoft. I now present Major General Cortez.
Hello, graduates. It's great to be with you. To me, being gathered virtually is a real demonstration of two important things. First, that you've all shown incredible resilience amid change as MSSA classes moved online. And secondly, that you're joining an industry that will evolve significantly through this global pandemic as people and organizations become more and more reliant on technology. That makes your military background even more valuable. Through my 30 years of service, I've seen time and again how this community bands together when it matters most, how you step up to face adversity together. The presence of each and every one of you here today is proof of your shared contribution to that legacy. And it's that spirit of adaptability and camaraderie that will help you succeed in the next stage of your career. My own career has been a lifetime in the making. In fact, you could say it started before I was even born. In the late 1940s, two Spanish peasant farmers, Juan and Dolores Cortez, my parents, came to the United States with their 4 children. Among other jobs, they worked in the orchards of Northern California. My mom worked the night shift in an onion factory, and my dad worked as many hours as possible as a carpenter. Eventually, I came along, their first child born on US soil, followed by two more of my siblings. To say my parents worked hard barely scratches the surface of what they endured. They toiled through scorching summers and cold winters, driven by their ambition to give their children a life of opportunities that they did not have. They knew a better life required better education, and it became clear to me at an early age that a focus on learning would not only improve my prospects and allow me to help others, but it could also enable me to fulfill my dream of serving my country in a meaningful way. That hunger for education and passion for service ultimately inspired me to enlist in the US Marines. And after 33 years as an infantry officer, those same values, plus the lessons and experiences gained in the military, led me to pursue a new career at Microsoft. As I learned firsthand, transitioning from a life in uniform is not easy. The civilian workforce is an entirely different realm with its own customs, principles, and culture. But as I also learned firsthand, veterans can succeed and thrive in the modern workforce. The skills we bring, such as problem solving, leadership, teamwork, and a mission-driven focus, are vital to companies today. But sometimes corporate decision makers and veterans and service members alike need to be reminded of what you bring to the table. That's why we started MSSA, to help equip servicemen and women like you with the tools and training you need to successfully transition to the next phase of your careers, and also to help companies understand just how valuable you are. No doubt the value you bring, especially today as the fight against COVID-19 creates new urgency to harness technology to improve how people live and work. Your skills and training from the military and MSSA have never been so critical. You represent some of the best talent our country has to offer. You have heart. You understand the value of mission. You know just how much can be accomplished swiftly, and when we come together resourcefully. Take a moment to recognize that and let it sink in. You already have what it takes to succeed in a civilian career. So I'd like to leave you with 4 tactical tips for mastering this new terrain. Number 1, find a mentor. Hopefully you experienced from MSSA just how beneficial it is to have a mentor on your side. Such a relationship doesn't stop being important. A mentor helps you level set, check your assumptions, and learn from their experiences. Second, pursue opportunities that leverage your strengths. If you haven't already, read the book Strengths Finder and take the Strengths Finder assessment. It's well worth it, especially in terms of learning how you can best operate and collaborate in a corporate setting. Third, network, network, network. Use LinkedIn, ask for help, job leads, tips, and introductions from your connections. And don't be shy about reaching out to those you have served with in similar units or have similar backgrounds and experiences. And last, believe in yourself. Like the most rewarding challenges in life, growing your career is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, be persistent, and put your training to practice. Remember, you are the best recruiter. Your skills and experience will play a critical role in helping our workforce get back on its feet. Believe in that and own it. We're fortunate to live in a time when more and more companies are recognizing the incredible talent in veterans and service members coming out of the military and out of MSSA, specifically MSSA. Not only are you in demand, but your country still needs you. This is your time, and we're lucky to have you in our graduating class of 2020. I wish you all the best and I believe in you. You can make your dreams come true. God bless each of you, and may God bless America.
Our next speaker is Dr. John Watrette. Dr. Watrette is the Chancellor for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University's worldwide campus. He provides leadership and strategic direction that fosters growth, maintains academic integrity, and promotes efficient operations for the worldwide headquarters in Daytona Beach, Florida, and over 130 campus locations around the world. Under his leadership, the worldwide campus serves more than 23,000 students annually and has earned the top 2 rank in the country by U.S. News and World Report for best online bachelor's programs and has held this rank in the top 5 for the past 7 years. Dr. Watrette is active with organizations both nationally and internationally. He serves as chairman of the board of directors for Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University Asia, as an appointed board member and chair of the University of Florida Online Advisory Board, as an elected member for the Flight Safety Foundation Board of Governors, and as a board member for the Aerospace Alliance. He is also a fellow of the Royal Aeronautical Society and has been a featured speaker and panelist at several national and international conferences. He is a licensed private pilot, and he holds a PhD and a Master of Science in Mathematics, both from Texas A&M University. He earned his bachelor's degree with honors from Heriot-Watt University in Edinburgh, Scotland. I now present Dr. John Watrette.
Congratulations, MSSA graduates. It's great to be sharing this special day with you, your family, and your friends. Although I'm not able to be with you in person to recognize your achievements, I want to tell you how especially proud we are of you all. Every MSSA graduate in every cohort works hard to earn the MSSA diploma. But we are especially proud of you. I commend each and every one of you for your motivation, your hard work, and your resiliency during these challenging times. You have successfully navigated these uncertain times together as virtual teams. You have demonstrated agility, and you have achieved the goals you set out to achieve. All these attributes are key to your success. As you transition out of the military into the civilian world, remember that your military training has provided you with invaluable career skills such as self-discipline, teamwork, communication skills, and the ability to analyze risk. All key attributes valued in technology-related industries. Your days in uniform may be numbered, but your contributions to our country's high-tech economy are just getting started. One of the stories I enjoy sharing involves a young soldier who learned some important skills while serving as a combat engineer at Fort Carson. He had to overcome some challenges, but never gave up. He completed the MSSA program and found a well-paying position close to his home back here in Florida. Now, by all accounts, this young soldier's transition went very well. What makes this young soldier's story one that I really enjoy sharing is that even though he had a good job, he didn't stop learning. Within just a few short years, he completed not only the MSSA program, but also his bachelor's degree and is now working on his master's in information security and assurance, all with Embry-Riddle. He now has a position as a systems engineer in Washington, D.C. When asked why he decided to keep continuing with his education, he stated that each year billions of dollars are lost due to cybercrime, and he wanted to be part of the solution to this problem. Remember that learning is not a destination, it's a lifelong journey. We are proud when you display your Embry-Riddle credentials, but lifelong learning is more than just displaying a diploma on a wall. It is also about the future you plan to create for yourself, for your families, and for our communities. We are experiencing history in this moment, a history that will be talked about for decades, a history that will reshape all of our lives in some way or the other. How we respond and become part of the way forward will define our future for many years to come. My advice to you, continue to be agile, continue to be resilient, become a lifelong learner, and use your knowledge and your skills in such a way that helps create the future we all want to be proud of. Thank you for committing your time and to the MSSA program. We are proud of you. We are proud to call you Eagles. Congratulations to all the MSSA graduates, and my very best wishes for a bright future. Congratulations.
It is now time to present the letters of recognition to our students. This recognition represents months of constant work, diligence, and effort. Jason Harvey is a graduate of the program and the Microsoft Site Manager here in Colorado Springs. He has assisted the students from the beginning of their MSSA journey and will now present the cohort of students.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today as we recognize the accomplishments of Fort Carson's MSSA Server and Cloud Administrator Cohort 8 participants. Joel Alcott. Joel served in the Army for 12 years as an S6 Help Desk NCOIC. He is actively seeking Information Systems Security Officer positions and is also considering federal employment. Joel said he would like to thank his girlfriend and 4 dogs for having him home nonstop since July, and would also like to thank both Jason and Sean for sticking it out with them online these last 4 months, as well as all the small group mentors and speakers for the time they provided to the cohort. Colleen Aragon. Colleen served in the United States Marine Corps for 4 years as a data systems administrator. Colleen has accepted an offer with Apex Systems as a mid-level systems administrator for Marine Corps Air Station Cherry Point, North Carolina. Dustin Blado. Dustin was an information systems technician in the U.S. Navy for 6.5 years. He has accepted an offer with CACI to be a systems administration and design engineer here in Colorado Springs. Dustin said, "I would just like to give an absolute huge thank you to the instructors and mentors at Microsoft and Embry-Riddle for partnering through the SkillBridge program to give this opportunity to so many people. This truly has been life-changing, and to my classmates, who have been such an amazing group to make this journey with, I wish you all the best and hope to see you all again someday soon." Christopher Cadet. Chris spent 6 years in the Air Force as an aircraft fuels mechanic. Chris is actively searching for jobs and plans to continue his education and earning certifications to increase his skill set. Chris said, "Big shout outs to Sean and Jason and all the mentors and guest speakers. Thank you for helping me with my transition and keeping classes entertaining and engaging." James Campbell. James served 22 years as active duty service in the U.S. Army as a 19-kilo armor crewman. The last position he held was First Sergeant of the HHC Brigade, 1st Striker Brigade Combat Team. He and his family have relocated to Cypress, Texas, and he is actively searching for entry-level system administrator, help desk, cloud administrator, and program manager jobs in the Houston, Texas area. James said, "I would like to thank my family who has supported me through every journey I've been on, including my now career change. I would also like to thank everyone involved in the MSSA program for giving me the opportunity to attend this program and learn so much." Christina Dennis. Christina served in the Air Force for 20 years, 28 days, and her most recent role was a clinical dentistry flight chief. She's accepted an offer with Jacobs as a system support technician. Christina said, "First and foremost, I want to thank my commander for giving me the opportunity to participate in this program. Jason, Sean, and the countless Microsoft mentors provided me the skills for a successful transition to the civilian sector, and I'm confident that I am well prepared for this new chapter in my life. Lastly, I want to thank my husband, Khan, for supporting and encouraging my decision to switch careers, and my 2 children for being so patient and understanding while I complete the program." Her husband, Khan. Kaniela Dennis. Khan served in the Air Force for 20 years, 5 months, where his last role was a defensive cyber operations sustainment section chief. He has accepted an offer to be a service desk specialist for the Defense Intelligence Agency. Con wanted to say thanks to Jason and Sean for their patience, understanding, and support in getting us ready for the next chapter. Jesus Diaz Alvarez. Jesus served in the U.S. Army for 4 years as a 91 Lima construction equipment repairer. He and his family are relocating to Moreno Valley, California, and he is currently talking to Tesla about a service center technician position. Jesus said, "I want to give thanks to the MSSA program and the staff behind it all for the great experience and the hard work they put into successfully graduating transitioning soldiers to working professionals in technology." Majestic Dwyer. Majestic served in the Air Force for 7 years as an electronic warfare specialist. She has pending offers as an RF engineer from Cosmic AES in Colorado Springs and with L3 Harris as a field engineer in Omaha. Majestic said, "This program was great, and I'm thankful for the new skills in the cloud and overall Windows Server and Azure exposure in the lab environments. I'd do it again. I do it over again and recommend it to anyone who is looking to separate from the military." Michael Graham. Michael said, "On November 1st, I retired as a first sergeant from the Army after more than 23 years. I'm looking to start working in January and will remain in the Colorado Springs." Jennifer Hahn. Jennifer served in the Army for 20 years, 7 months, and 4 days as a network systems engineer. She has recently accepted an offer with Microsoft as a consultant and will be relocating to Las Colinas, Texas. Jennifer said, "Thanks to Jason, Sean, Sandra, the MSSA soft and tech skill mentors, and the rest of the MSSA program staff for their mentorship and support to the cohort through our transition to the civilian sector." Alexander Kelly. Alex spent 6 years in the Air Force as an air traffic controller, currently resides in the Fort Collins, Colorado area, and is currently searching for IT roles in Colorado, but is open to relocation for the right opportunity. Jose Medina. Jose gladly served for 21 years in the Army. The first half was spent in the administrative branch and the second part in the communications branch. For Jose's next step, he is considering pursuing a software coding program and continuing to add to his IT toolbox before returning to the workforce. Jose would like to thank the local Fort Carson MSSA team for their support behind the scenes and to Sean and Jason for going above and beyond to ensure the cohort's success. Many thanks to his fellow students for always being available and helpful during the different phases of the program, and finally to his family for allowing him to borrow time from them to complete the program. Yamil Mendez. Yamil served in the Army for 4 years working as an IT specialist and has accepted an offer with Jacobs as a NOC engineer. Gene Montgomery. Gene is retiring from the United States Air Force after 23 years as a trombonist in the Air Force Academy Band. He is currently seeking opportunities in cybersecurity, network administration, or system administration in Colorado Springs. Gene would like to thank his wife, Jennifer, his son, Kevin, and his dogs, Bella and Flash, for their patience and understanding throughout his transition program. He would also like to thank Sean and Jason for their guidance and instruction, and finally his classmates for their advice, amusement, and friendship. Vitodas Albercas. V served in the Air Force for 5 years as a security forces member. He has accepted a data center technician position with Insight here in Colorado Springs. V said, "I wanted to say a big thank you to my teachers, Sean for throwing more knowledge at me than I could handle, and Jason for being flexible and helping me with every step during my transition into a new career and making the virtual class as in-person as possible." Olumuyiwa Olafunshore. O served in the Army for 4 years as a wheeled vehicle mechanic. He is currently in discussions with Informed Diagnostic for an IT system analyst role and Pool Corps for a SharePoint administrator role. O said, "Special appreciation to Ms. Christy Smith. She provided an incredible amount of support for me from late 2019 until I secured a spot in this cohort. Her professionalism is impeccable. Thank you." Pete Peterson. Pete is an active duty Air Force veteran of 4 years and was a senior emergency actions controller. He is pursuing opportunities with Microsoft nationwide and is planning to continue his education in Florida while his job search continues. Pete would like to thank all of his Microsoft mentors, as well as Jason Harvey, Gene Montgomery, Jennifer Hahn, Sean Knopp, and others for all their help and guidance. Michael Price. Michael said, I am transitioning out of the Army after 4 years of active duty service as a geospatial engineer. I am entertaining an offer with GDIT in support of the DIA contract locally in Colorado Springs. I would like to thank my wife, Anita, for all her love and support, not only during this program, but my entire enlistment. Moroni Red. Moroni is transitioning careers after 9 years in the Army as an infantry officer. He recently accepted a position with Mantech in Warrenton, Virginia as a project manager. Moroni said, special thanks to my wife, Jules, for all her sacrifices and encouragement throughout my Army career and this career transition. Abigail Ring. Abby is finishing up 6 years in the Navy as an information systems technician. She has accepted an offer as a systems engineer technician for Boeing in Aurora, Colorado. Abby said, this program has allowed me to have one of the best career transitioning experiences. I look forward to continuing to build upon the skills I learned throughout this program, and I give a sincere thank you to everyone who participated in this cohort for making this a great experience. Dennis Robertson, also known as Rob, served in the Army for 20 years as a 15 Tango Black Hawk crew member / mechanic and technical inspector. He has received an offer from JP Morgan Chase, and Rob simply wanted to say, I'm not a nice guy. Logan Seymour. Logan earned the rank of sergeant in the Marine Corps, where he served 5 years as a tactical data systems administrator. He is relocating and searching for jobs around his hometown in Tampa, Florida, with plans to continue his career as a system administrator. Logan said, I would like to thank Sean, Jason, my mentors, and Chandra for further developing me as an administrator and a professional. I would also like to thank Mrs. Smith for her patience and willingness to do everything she could to help me become part of the MSSA program. And last but certainly not least, Jeremy Sharp. Jeremy joined the program after spending 4 years serving in the Army as a military intelligence officer. He graduated from the University of Georgia in 2016 and earned his commission through their ROTC program. He and his family are relocating home to Georgia upon the completion of his service. He has not accepted an offer at this time. Jeremy would like to extend his warmest thanks to the faculty of Embry-Riddle that have done such a wonderful job in taking care of all of the class's administrative requirements, as well as to Sean Knopp and Jason Harvey for so diligently teaching and preparing us all for the transition to civilian life.
Thank you, Jason, and congratulations to all of our recognized students. Please join me in giving them a round of applause for this outstanding achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our virtual recognition ceremony. I would like to thank everyone for joining us, especially our guest speakers and the student completing the program. Please remain with us for a few more minutes while we end our ceremony by playing the Armed Forces medley. Then enjoy the rest of your day and have a fantastic Veterans Day. And for you Marines, happy birthday. And to our students, a bright and happy future.